What up? What up? Hope everybody is doing well. I see that football is officially upon us. High school football is officially upon us as college football kind of wraps. I know that the Arizona State Sun Devils just did their last practice, I believe, today, and I think everybody's kind of, shutting it down and stuff for a little bit, trying to get right. And it's been really, really cool. I've been out to a couple ASU practices. It's been really, really cool seeing some of the local alumni out there getting it in. I saw that Beetle, who will be on a little bit later with his Beetlejuice segment, made his way out to NAU. BJ Media also made his way out there to check in with the Lumberjacks, and we're going to talk to Beetle a little bit about that. Me and Gridiron have promoted NAU, U of A, and ASU, showing no discrimination, even though, at least two of those schools are well represented on the show. One better than the other, but ASU grad, Gridiron with his Inside the Number segment, repping. I guess the Harvard of the Pines or whatever Kevin McCabe calls it, NAU. And Beetle also attending ASU's Cronkite School, the much esteemed Cronkite School. So there's that. Also, make sure that you guys tune in to me and Cam Cox's show on Thursday on the 12 Plus app. It is called Dropping Dimes, and we got a super special guest, Mikey Barth, the kicker from Basha, who committed to ASU, committed to the hometown team, and he spends a few minutes, at least like 20 or 30 of them, chopping it up with us and talking about a whole bunch of things that you guys might be interested in. So there's that. I do got a special guest coming up today. Also, I am hoping that the Suns are doing better. By the time we get to Gridiron, I'm hoping that the Suns are doing a whole lot better because I think they play today or maybe they play tomorrow. I'm not sure. But either way, listen, if the Suns aren't playing today, because I'm not really paying attention, if the Suns aren't playing today, they're already doing better than they were on Sunday because they played absolutely terrible on Sunday. So it's all good. Look, they need the time off. I think that's a lot to ask them to give Golden State the work on Friday and then come back 2 days later and compete versus the number one seed. I think that would be the number one seed in the NBA period, the Oklahoma City Thunder, who are absolutely fantastic and look amazing. I want to show some love to my guys over there at Maryvale, the Carter brothers, checking in with their boy. I do got to get back to them. I see they got a lot of good things going, and I gotta see what's cooking. I see my guy Jalen Strong out there, Arizona Compass Prep. He checked in with me a little bit ago. Wanted to catch me up on all the good things going on with this program. Like I said, I do got a super special guest. We got a lot of good things going on these past few days. Commitments, and your boy Chili. I got to catch up with at least one of them. I saw we got some things going on, and let me get right to it. The first interview. Pushing Gridiron a little bit back, everybody's favorite segment, the Inside the Number segment. But this guy is a heavy feature. This guy is a heavy feature of Gridiron's Inside the Number segment whenever we get the chance to talk about him because and his school, because he is the key figure over there down south, repping Tucson South Point, one of the featured families, if you will, one of the featured families in high school football. Straight out of Tucson South Point. I'm going to catch up with my guy, David Rush, and hang out for about 2 seconds. We're going to check right in with him. My dog! Oh, look at him already flexing the purple. David, what's going on, man? Kansas State commit. Hey, walk me through some of this real quick because I think it's been like I want to say it's been like a little bit quiet for a little bit, and then all of a sudden, boom, we see this thing flash across our Twitter feeds. Committed, David Rushing, yes, Kansas State. Congratulations.
Yes, sir,
walk me through a little bit of it.
I just feel like this decision was purely based on development and fit. and it's like a family environment, and I feel like K State checked all those boxes. With Coach Klein, the receiver coach, Coach Ward, they're definitely building something special over there, and um, I definitely want to be a part of that. And
Man, I love.
just I
D-
see the vision that they're building there for class of 27 for me, and that's the place I want to be.
Hey, David, I love that, man. Manhattan, Kansas. I feel like it's not, the environment isn't so different than Tucson. Can you talk
Right.
a little bit about like what you saw out there in Manhattan, like the lifestyle or whatever the culture?
Yes, sir. So I feel like Manhattan is very college oriented. Like when we landed in the airport, I'm seeing K State posters, K State paintings. Like the fans are all about K State. And I just love that about K State, and everybody there is the most genuine, nicest people you could ever meet. So
I love.
that definitely played into this decision.
And
Yes,
that's
sir.
super legit, man. Hey, listen, man. I've been following your career since you was a little fella, right? A
Yep.
freshman year, all of that. I also covered your brothers. Was there any advice that you took from them, from Cruz, from Elijah? Was there any advice that they gave you throughout the process that you were like, "Ooh, I need to make sure that I soak that in," and boom.
Yeah, I'll probably say Elijah's recruitment. Um, like obviously he was one of those dudes that could have played everywhere, but he decided to stay 10 toes down and really just focus on his development as a player and as a man. And that's why he went with his decision. And I kind of took that into consideration of mine. I definitely want to be developed to the highest ability I can as a receiver, but also as a young man. And I feel like K State is definitely one of those teams that is capable of doing that. So, yes, sir.
Hey, listen. Hey, listen, man. You're one of those high-profile athletes in the city of Tucson that could probably play anywhere in the state of Arizona, maybe anywhere in the country, right? High school football. There's a whole bunch of people that have left South Point. I don't want to get too much into that, but I want to get into you stayed. You said, "Cool, y'all want to go
Right.
somewhere? Fantastic." Me, I'm gonna stay and like you said, 10 toes down. Why? Like, what is it about South Point, Coach Ryden, that you love so much, that you feel like has been poured into you?
It's really just like trust. Like as a coach, as a person, I could just trust him with the way the direction that this team is going in. And I just trust, what he's building at South Point. Um, ever since he's been head coach, like he's been getting our guys right. Um, Coach Garrett, our weightlifting coach, she's been, oh my goodness, she's developed like one
Oh
of the top
yeah.
athletes. So many dudes, and it's all about trust and loyalty. And that's probably like the main reason why I stayed. I trust them, and you know they got my back. I got their back. Yes, sir.
Man, I love that. Hey, talk to me about your pops, man. I know your pops be out there on the recruiting trips with you, with your brothers, and all that stuff, and be giving a
Yeah.
little bit of input. What was it like the daily discussions that you got to have with dad, and have him be a part of your recruitment process?
Um, he's been through every kind of ins and outs of this recruiting process, and just like all the advice that he's given me, from Elijah's recruitment, from Cruz's recruitment, just I feel like that was so crucial to just e- from every college I've been to, just talking through with him, like, is this the right fit? Like just I just feel like he played a big factor in, helping me make this decision and just um get me to where I need to be, and I'm very thankful for him. So yes,
All
sir.
right, man. Hey, David. I appreciate you hanging out. Before I let you leave, though, I gotta ask you. Listen, South Point 7 wins last year. A lot of guys transferred out. What can we expect next year from South Point? And how big of a factor are you going to have to be in order to get to the goals that you guys are setting?
Yeah, so a couple of our leader guys, they did end up leaving, but that just means me as a leader, I have to step up. Some of our other captains, they got to step up, and we just got to do the best job that we can to lead these these younger guys on our team, to the standard, because the standard is a standard, and we just need to hold everybody accountable, just as everybody else who's been at South Point, held me accountable. So we just need to keep to that standard and just keep building from here. And
All right,
we definitely gonna shock a lot of teams, a lot of lot of people, for sure.
man. The team in Tucson, right? South Point, y'all the team in Tucson, right?
Yes, sir.
Don't get it twisted, because there's a lot of people talking crazy out there. So, hey, David, I'm gonna catch up with you again for sure, man. I'm super duper pumped for you. I think Kansas State's a great fit, so I can't wait to see what it looks like for you. I'm hoping that maybe you get an opportunity to get your Travis Hunter on and maybe slide the defense a little bit and do your thing. But we'll get to that down the line. David, I appreciate you hanging out, and I'm gonna catch up with Gridiron next. And you always know that whenever we talk about South Point, David, you are a key part of the Inside the Number segment when we start breaking that down. All right.
Yes, sir.
All right, man. You take care.
All right, sir.
Got everything. I got everything. It's a lot. Never mind what I got. Don't watch that, 'cause it's all me.
The Rushing family is an absolute gift.
David
for South
Rushing,
Point.
Kansas State commit, the only 6A program from down in Tucson.
He's an listen, man. The Rushing family is an absolute
Elijah, of course,
gift.
at Oregon. Mm-hmm.
And the things that they have done for that program, Cruz, Elijah, David, all those kids have been absolutely phenomenal and play key roles for teams down at South Point, man. Some special athletes, and David here with his commitment graphic. I just can't say enough about him. Watching him go through the process, and I can't wait to see what this year looks like for him and his squad, because I think that he's really ready to take that next evolutionary step as a leader and vocal guy for that program.
Yeah, and then there were a few other Big 12 schools that were in the running for David.
I'm sure. Yeah.
Oklahoma State, Utah were other Big 12 schools that were hot for him there. He went on a visit there a couple weeks ago, earlier this month, unofficial visit. He's going to go on an official visit in June. Speaking of Manhattan, Kansas, not quite the Tucson comparison there. Manhattan, Kansas, 54,000 people in the town, or you can call it a city if you want. 54,000 people in the city. Of that, 21,000 are the university, as opposed to Tucson, which is 10 times the amount, 550,000.
Well,
so
yeah,
while it may seem small compared to Phoenix, it's 10 times Manhattan in terms of the size of the city.
But Tucson, like the times that I've been there, that place seems just so small.
Manhattan or Tucson?
Tucson.
I mean, Tucson's spread out too. That's the other thing you got to remember.
I guess
that's where U of A is. There's still the whole East Tucson over there by where Tucson Saguaro is, and then you got South Tucson down there in the Sunnyside area. You got
it's just really
foothills.
big.
You got Oro Valley. That's that whole area.
It's big in terms of land, because they were drunk when they were drawing the lines and stuff.
And then of course South Point is just down the street or it's a a mile or two from U of A. It's in that part of the town.
Yeah, I mean, listen, Tucson, Arizona, Manhattan, Kansas. I'm sorry, they're about the same. they're. I mean, from a person from New York City that lived in West Hollywood, California last year, like, trust me, those places are about the same. It's okay. Listen, some Nico's or whatever popular barbecue is going on in Manhattan, Kansas, like, it's all good. It's all the same.
Mm-hmm.
It's all the same to me. But hey, we are about to get cracking on the feature, on the super special segment of Inside the Numbers that everybody always looks forward to, so that they can troll us, so that they can clip us, troll us, and get us later on. It's prediction time. We're here close to the end of April.
These
after
early
tax
ones
day.
are tough ones because things can change quite a bit between now and September. But
Yeah, with that high school transfer portal, that's national now. That's national now. So yeah, anything can happen. First team that we're gonna break down though. I do want to show some love to this team, which I feel like I just don't know enough about, but we're about to learn. And this schedule does look absolutely loaded. We're going to talk about the Verado Vipers. We're going to make our way to the West Valley. They're on the road. They start out with a tough one at Horizon. Gridiron, I'm going to go ahead and let you go inside the numbers on this real quick.
Yeah, Horizon 10-3 last year, defeated Verado 44-23. In that game, wide receiver James Klopfenstein had 102 yards, 2 touchdowns receiving, and a TD rushing. He, of course, is back, so he'll be one to watch out for in that game.
Man, he's I think that Klopp is going to be an absolute monster. Plus, I know that Horizon's got some new guys coming in and stuff, so this game could get interesting. Then Verado gets to stay at home for a couple games versus West Point and versus Ironwood. After that, they are on the road for 2 of them. Yuma Catholic, who proved to be very, very tough last year, and at South Mountain, where Coach Davis is trying to get that crew right over there. I think that game's going to be super interesting just because I see what Coach Davis is pouring into his coaching staff. So I think that's going to be fun to watch.
Had some big names on that coaching staff.
Speaking of pouring into their coaching staffs, this next one right here, right after the transfer period, versus Millennium, which is going to get a haul with all the guys that they got from Cactus, all the guys that they poached from Cactus. But you know what I'm saying. So Coach Early and new special teams coordinator, co-offensive coordinator, Coach Ortiz, going to be over there trying to dial it up for Damari Bryant. Your thoughts on this game over here? Let you go inside the numbers on it.
Yeah, Millennium 7-4 last season. They defeated Verado 45-38 in a shootout. In that game, running back Damari Bryant had 140 yards and 2 touchdowns for the Tigers. And then Caden Johnson, a wide receiver, who will also be back, had 53 yards and a touchdown. So a couple teams that will both be bringing the offense for that one.
Man, that game I think is going to be fun to watch, especially with what Verado did offensively last year. After that, the nice little homestand versus what I do think might be the 2 toughest teams in their region, Desert Edge, and then they get Canyon View on the road.
Who's the defending 5A champ?
Who is the defending 5A champs? And
you just dismissed there a minute ago.
Not dismissed.
The top 2 teams in the region.
I think that Canyon View is losing some pieces, and I would be a little bit
are losing some
wary
pieces.
of that. Mm-hmm. So and listen, Coach Alcantar knows how much I love him and his program. So this region is for the most part loaded. I think that there's 4 quality teams in there and I think they'll be okay. Tolleson, they're looking for a new head coach. I'm not quite sure what's going on over there.
I think they're very close right now
to getting a new coach.
Yes.
Oh, okay. That'll be exciting. I'll let you break the news on that if you feel like it. And then after that, they finished
the news on that.
They finished the whole thing at Kellis. That's how they wrapped the season up. The Verado Vipers. I'm highly curious. I'm gonna let you go inside the numbers completely on Verado, and now I'm gonna try to figure out where I think that they belong. So
Verado 6-5 last season. They lost in the 5A first round to Campo Verde 24-14. The Vipers have made the playoffs in 10 of the last 12 seasons. Head coach Brett Davis in his second year over there VHS, and they are in the 5A Desert West region. Quarterback Malachi Wilt was a senior last season. He took 351 of the team's 363 pass attempts. It's well known that they operate the run and shoot out there. I believe it's called the Shoot 44, 44 shoot. They'll throw it around quite a bit. Chase Valdez, who's a class of 28, could be the new starter. He's 6 foot 170, played JV last year. Had 9 touchdown passes in 2 games on the JV. And then he was 11 of 12 as the Vipers backup. Unfortunately for him, Wilt didn't really need a backup in there. He stayed healthy all season. Running back Jesse Abundis he is currently a junior. He had 247 yards and 6 TDs last year. Wide receiver Carter Bliss and Eli Mock, both juniors. Bliss had 50 catches, 715 yards, 11 TDs, and Mock had 45 receptions, 488 yards, and 7 touchdowns. So Wilt really spread it around amongst receivers that he had. You have offensive tackle Cyrus Padilla is a junior, 6'3", 285, had 25 pancake blocks last season. And then defensive tackle Halston Harper as a junior had 58 tackles and 2 sacks.
Real quick, if Harper can get to the quarterback and create havoc up front, and Valdez develops, or a quarterback falls in their lap, I think that that's gonna give Bliss and Mock an opportunity to possibly be a pair of 1,000-yard receivers. If that happens, this team's winning 8 games. I am not sure if they are going to win 8 games though, so I'm not going to project that. I will let you do your projection first.
Okay. I'm looking at it. I see that the front half of the schedule I think is a little more favorable than when you run in, especially that 3 in a row with Millennium, Desert Edge, and Canyon View. I'm going to go 6-4 for Verrado.
I like that. I think that's really fair because I think the reality is they're going to get close to 7. Listen, like I said,
6-4 should get him into the playoffs also, 5A playoffs.
Yeah, for sure. I mean,
it's good with Horizon on the schedule and Millennium and Desert Edge and Canyon View and maybe Yuma Catholic has another good season. They'll get they'll definitely get some support amongst the opponent wins.
I think it depends on how that 3-game stretch goes. Millennium, Desert Edge, Canyon View, and listen, if they start taking their lumps in those games, I think it could get super questionable on 6-4 getting them in. But I'm going to meet you at your 6-4. I'll take that for sure. And I'll say Verrado 6-4 next year because I do think that they can get 7. And like I said, if Valdez develops and Harper can get to the quarterback, and those receivers really take off like I think they can, then this team is going to be they're going to win 8 games.
And I'm sure they run the same system at the lower level.
Oh, I'm sure.
It's a unique offense.
Yeah, no, I mean they're just trying to make it rain. Listen, they're sending umbrellas out to all the opposing defensive coordinators because their quarterback's really going to create problems. Anyways, I like what they're doing over there. I was concerned personally. I was a little bit concerned and worried that after Hathcock left, I don't want to say abruptly or whatever, but quickly.
He was kind of abruptly, yeah. I don't think they were expecting it when the season ended.
No, I don't think so either. And Hathcock had them humming too with that pass game.
Won him a region title when he was there the year before in 24.
Yeah, yeah, really did that thing. So listen, shout out to Verrado for being able to pick up the pieces so quickly and kind of rebuild this thing and not go completely off the tracks, because I think that's one of the more
Coach
important
Davis
things.
had head coaching experience. He came over from Tonopah.
Yeah, and proved that his way works. I like it, man. I think that Verrado, I think that 6 wins is healthy, and like I said, I think that while I believe that 7 might be like the ceiling, I think that they can definitely get to 8. I think that on Halloween, when Halloween hits and you put out your final manual scoreboard, I think that if you tell me hey, Verrado went 8-2 this year, quarterback threw for 3,000 yards again, pair of 1,000-yard receivers, I won't be surprised. I just won't be surprised. So
that means the defense has got to hold up too. So
I mean, hey, listen, they can win a whole bunch of games in the 40s. Nothing wrong with that. I like to see that stuff. Hey, it makes it more fun for the Inside the Numbers segment. Then we can put their quarterbacks and receivers and everybody up there. Up next, one of our favorite programs that we don't have favorites, but this is a team that we usually show a lot of love to because Coach Zuby knows how to make the internet work. Higley, their varsity schedule looking good. Looks like they start on the road. The season they start on the road at Queen Creek, kind of close by, but still on the road. And then they get to go out of state. They get to go to Colorado and Mollywop Dakota Ridge. who's a state champion of sorts. But I'm gonna go ahead and put a victory around that one. After that, a friendly rivalry game of sorts versus Castile on September 11th. Gridiron, I'll let you go inside the numbers there.
Yeah, Castile is a rematch of a playoff game from last year in the 6A, and T. Smith went 19 for 25, 2 touchdowns passing and 2 touchdowns rushing, had 198 yards on the ground. And then Troy Hargy had 76 yards receiving and 2 TDs. That was the start of the Castile run that ended, of course, with them winning the 6A title.
Yeah, man. Hey,
it'll be Higley's home opener there.
Yeah, hey, you know, Zuby likes to do it big for that type of stuff. You know, he wants to make sure that everybody knows that it's going to be a party in the Zuby Zoo. I think that's going to be a great game. I can't wait. I love what Coach Bushman is doing over there at Castile, and Zuby's going to be ready after coming back from Colorado. So I think that the boys are going to be hyped after pounding a Colorado team and out-of-state team and repping AZ.
Let me back to that, to Dakota Ridge there. Dakota Ridge went 14-0 last year. They were the number 5 team in Colorado, but they lose their 3,000-yard passer, their 1,000-yard running back, and their 1,000-yard receiver. So we will see what kind of depth that they had, because Higley won't be facing those 3 guys.
Well, they're gonna be losing to Higley too, so they can add that to the list of things that they're losing. All right, so after Castile, Higley gets to go on the road nearby to Highland. You know, where they battle for a bunch of kids, you know, in the boundaries and stuff like that. So that'll be an interesting game to take in if you decide to. Then they got a pair of games at home versus Cesar Chavez and versus Perry, which at one time was going to be the Ortiz Bowl. Now it's not going to be the Ortiz Bowl anymore. No. After that, they got a bye week, and then they prepare for Shadow Ridge at home, Saguaro at home, and then they are on the road for the black and blue game at Williamsfield in the battle of is that the battle of Williamsfield Road or something like that?
Do they have a name for that rivalry?
I don't. It's a black and blue game, but I just can't remember what the road is that they the battle of something or another.
They just called the Battle of the Town, I think.
The Battle of the what?
I think it's just the Battle of the Town.
Oh, okay. All right. Well, there's only 2 schools in the Higley Unified School District. Are those the 2 schools? I guess so.
That's correct. Yeah.
Okay. All right. Take it away, Gridiron.
This is, of course, their rival, as we mentioned. Williamsfield won last year, 21-10. Higley had won the previous 3 in the series. For the Blackhawks, Don Barjona will return as quarterback, and then they'll have wide receiver John Booker, probably a team that's going to throw more this year than last year when they had the 2 stud running backs that both went Division I.
Highly likely, you know, and I think they've graduated and moved on from most of that offensive line that they had. That was absolutely phenomenal. But if you know anything about Coach Campbell, you know, super disciplined, and he's gonna make sure that he's got a solid run game of sorts to make sure that he doesn't have to you know, fully just rely on throwing it up in the air all the time. So also help you know, ease things on Barjona, who I think is one of the most talented quarterbacks out there and has been phenomenal during the 7th season. I know that he participated with Tucson Turf. I got to see him on a couple of occasions. This game is going to be more interesting than years past. After that, Higley gets to finish this thing up with Brophy on the road. Last year was an absolute thriller at home. I got to take that game in. I was.
It was the walk-off overtime touchdown win.
Gunnar Fagrell was the hero out there. So, anyways, that's the schedule for Higley. They got a bunch of talent out there. Anthony Polk is a stud. Dax White is an absolute monster that we all love. Bryson Wilkinson and Nassim the Dream. Unless you're a wide receiver, he's a nightmare. Eason, I think that he's one of the top defensive backs in the state. Obviously, Gridiron, I'll let you go inside the numbers on this Higley team that is loaded with talent everywhere.
Yeah, Higley 7-5 last season, lost in the 6A quarterfinals. We mentioned that game against Castile was 39-34. So that close to Castile,
See?
not even making it to the next round right there. Higley has made the playoffs in 11 of the last 13 seasons. Head coach Eddie Zuby in his 17th year with the Knights, and they are in the 6A Central region. Gunnar Fagrell was a senior. He took 326 of the team's 330 pass attempts. So much like Verado, we have an outgoing senior that took most of the snaps. So they're going to have to go, a little less experience there. Caden Schluter, class of 28, could be the new starter. 5'9", 160, played JV last year, and he also quarterbacked the Rising Stars team at Flight Club. He works with ground up quarterback training. You might know more on the info on the quarterback situation than I do, but that'd just be my early pre-spring ball speculation on the roster. Running back Antonio Young, currently a junior, had 505 yards and a touchdown. I watched him go off for 167 rush yards in a win against Mesa during the regular season. Running back Rylan Irwin is a sophomore, had 412 yards, 3 touchdowns. A couple wide receivers, Landon Banks, a junior, 44 catches, 489 yards, 4 TDs, and Anthony Palka, 21 receptions, 312 yards, 5 touchdowns. Offensive tackle Braden Villalobos has an NAU offer. He's a junior. Defensively, Dax White, linebacker, he's a junior, has an NAU offer. Had 135 tackles last season, 14 for a loss, had 5 sacks, and 2 forced fumbles. Defensive end Ori Moody is a junior, had 39 tackles, 15 of them for a loss, 6 sacks, and 6 interceptions. And then cornerback Nassim Eason, he's a junior, is a San Diego State commit, but he got a Wisconsin offer. So it'll be interesting to see if that reopens any doors there as we get into spring ball, if more Power 4 schools get involved there.
Man, this team is is one of Zuby's more talented teams overall. The biggest question mark, obviously, being at quarterback. Kind of is Anthony Palka going to take a bunch of reps there? He was a quarterback, then moved to wide receiver last year, and then I believe he's been taking reps at quarterback. Caden Schluter is such a wild card. That kid played freshman ball over at Chandler and was an absolute monster on the freshman level. He did play for their Rising Stars team last year and quarterback them all the way to, I guess, what would have been a Rising Stars championship, if you will, because I think they swept their side of it or whatever.
Palka actually threw 24 passes his sophomore year. That was when they had some injuries going on with both Haugo and with Fagrell. Palka was able to get into some games there, and he played in 2 games, but he had 24 pass attempts. That leads me to think that he was the main guy in at least one of those.
I think what's going to happen here is both quarterbacks are going to get opportunities, and one of them is going to be a featured package guy, is what I think will happen. So that I don't know for sure. I don't press the coaches for that type of information. Not really my job, so I'm just speculating. Another kid that I think needs to be mentioned, Alan Turner, is absolutely phenomenal. This is also one of Zuby's more talented, lengthier wide receiving groups, if you will, between Banks and Turner and some of the kids that he's got, Richardson. He's got some dudes over there that can they'll really be able to go up and go get it. And overall team speed, I think if you ask Zuby, this is one of the faster teams. This is one of the faster teams that they have. And, I just
Turner's 6'2" also.
Yeah. No, the kid's got some length to him. So I just think that this is one of their faster overall teams. Wilkinson was an Under Armour MVP. Nassim is, like I said, an absolute dog out there. He's the current warden of that Higley Penitentiary that they got in that secondary. So I think he's keeping that thing alive at least for one more year. I don't know. I've heard them chirping a little bit when I've been out there. When I've talked to some of the guys talking about 22 interceptions this year. Listen, if they're getting 22 interceptions this year, they're winning 9 games. Put me down for Higley. 8 games, put it in pen.
8 games.
They're in the open. They're in the open. They're in the
Yeah,
open, and they're gonna blast.
8 games would certainly put them in the open.
They're gonna win 8 games, and on top of that, Gridiron, I do want to let you know they do need to figure out that quarterback situation, and if they do, Dakota Ridge is going to get absolutely blasted week 2. Absolutely blasted.
They're putting this one on blast right now.
Just so we're clear.
Last year you were a little bit bullish on Higley. You had him 7-3. I was right on the money at 6-4 with the predictions on that one. This year I'm going to go 7-3 with the Knights.
Dang. Okay. All right. Listen. I mess with it because we always say this. We made
the Higley prediction late. The Higley prediction last year was the beginning of August, so we kind of knew what they had by that time.
Listen. You know, we always say it: 1 up, 1 down is all good. So
yep.
They win 6 games. I projected 7. That's just as good as Gridiron 6. Now, if they would have won 8 games, it would have really done me a solid because then I could laugh at Gridiron. But I can't.
Yeah, then exactly. Then we're gonna run into plenty of teams throughout the course of this that we will be reminded how low I ranked them compared to what they actually got. So, but Higley was not one of them, and we did not do Verado last year.
I wonder if Gridiron is going to be on his hating spree this year again, where he's just. Well, listen. I mean, the reality is I think that there's a handful of teams that we're going to have 9-10 wins, like the Bashas, the Desert Edges, possibly the Liberties, the Hamiltons, maybe the Chandlers. So when you say 9 wins over there, it's like, hey, there's no way that there's 2 teams on those schedules that's beating them. There just isn't. So you know, I think.
Well, last year in the 6A and the 5A, only 2 teams ran the table in the regular season.
Yep.
That would be Desert Edge in the 5A and Hamilton in the 6A. And of course, neither one finished it, but they went 10-0 during the regular season.
It's tough, man. Listen, you know, going undefeated and then continuing to win the championship, dude, it's tough because you have to deal with that X factor. You lose the most important piece of the puzzle. You're never solving that puzzle. Like, that's just the way it works. Right. Like, and we all know that, but I think that, you know, we're going to be projecting a bunch of. I think we're going to get some 9 and 10 win projections out here this year.
And just to shout out Arcadia in the 4A, they went 10-0.
They did. But
that one either. But there you go. It's tough to finish. To finish.
No, it's tough. Listen, it sounds nice, but you know it's not always sweet. So there's that. Gridiron. Hey, your thoughts on the Suns though? Listen, they made the playoffs. They do
play tomorrow night, by the way, so that they're not behind yet.
Okay. I mean,
they hung with him for 5 minutes. Pretty much right after the Dylan Brooks slap to the face, they were curtains after that, weren't they?
They played as hard as they could for 5 minutes. Taha, what's up,
I have no
man?
idea what they were doing with some of the matchups, having Booker be the tallest guy on the floor at times, but
this guy thought that the Suns played so bad that they were already eliminated after that's the greatest.
The 4-loss apparently, huh?
Oh man, that one loss might have been worth 4 to them though, because I mean I think that
they're only worth 1. Hey, case in point, the Boston Celtics got beat tonight.
If that sets the tone
as good as Boston
series.
Looked in their game 1 against Philadelphia went out and got them tonight. So now all of a sudden it's 1-1 and going back to Philly.
Gridiron. Do you feel like the Suns are going to get OKC in game 2? Just ask. Just a question between friends.
I think they can get 1 when they come back to Phoenix. Hopefully it's game 3 because it's a little tougher to get game 4 when you're down 3-0. But
hey, we got a Suns fan in here, kind of. Suns ain't that good, to be honest, since they
fired Ronnie. Just get that out of here. It's time to get out. It's a 45-win team.
No, listen. Even I can admit it. The Suns are good. The Suns are good. The Suns are fun to watch. I've been to a couple games. I've enjoyed it.
It means something that they did win the second playing game to get in the playoffs. It gives it's a sense of accomplishment. It's given these guys some playoff experience that they wouldn't have had otherwise. It would have been nice if they'd won the first one against Portland and could have gone against San Antonio instead. But here we are. So
I don't know if going against San Antonio is that much better. Gridiron, I got to ask you a question.
Wemby hit his head on the court tonight, by the way, for San Antonio. He left that game in the second quarter.
Well, if you're going to knock Wemby out, then I guess playing San Antonio.
And the Blazers beat them without Wemby for the second half. And they will go back to Portland 1-1.
All right. I got to ask you. I got to ask you this, and it's going to give Adam some prep time to try to figure out how he's going to answer this with his heart or with his brain. I got to know, Devin Booker. Do you want to keep him? Is he your superstar for the future, or do you try to trade him and get as much as possible? Or do you try to? Oh, so you don't want to get rid of him no matter what?
No.
So you are ride or die with Booker.
Right there. He is the franchise.
There are some people out there way more popular than me, Gambo, and some of them are having questions about what.
Well, we talked about this, the last two off seasons. And particularly last offseason when it looked like they were going to have to blow the whole thing up, because here they were with hardly any draft picks and figuring out what to do with Durant. And
I'll take him on the Knicks. I'll take him in New York to be the caddy.
There's another team down that's in a 1-1 situation going on the road. So there you go.
Okay. Listen, I'll take Devin Booker in Madison Square Garden. I think that's where he would really shine and flourish. But anyways. Gridiron, I appreciate you. Oh, before we get too far away, since it's coming up here very, very shortly, the Cardinals, that number 3 pick. Have you decided who you're locked in on? I want Love.
I know you want Love. I think they're going to deal the pick, and I think that they actually made some public allusions to taking Love today with the intent that some other team that wants him is going to try to trade up. It wouldn't surprise me if they took Love, but I think they're going to take the defensive lineman out of Texas Tech.
Okay. So you think they're going to try to trade back, get 2 picks, and then get Simpson?
I think they're going to try to. I think they're going to definitely look at offers to move down.
Okay. All right. Hey, Gridiron, I appreciate
They're not
you.
one piece away.
No, definitely not. They're like 10 pieces away. They're like when you first open the Lego box.
Yeah, they're all scrambled up.
They're they need all the pieces to be honest.
Well, I will tell you if they take Love, I'll be all on board with it. I'll be excited for him, and hopefully that he can break some big runs for him right out the gate.
Gridiron, I just don't want to see them pass on Love, and he turns into another Bijan.
Well, I mean, he could. It depends on what you have protecting him too.
Now, if Love turns
just because a guy becomes a great running back somewhere else doesn't mean he would have here.
That is true. That is true. I will give you that. I just think that watching Bijan do his thing in Atlanta and the Cardinals.
And teams would just stack the box. If you're with the quarterbacks that the Cardinals have right now, they'd just be expecting the run.
Yeah, I mean, listen, I'll take an 800, 900 yard season from Love and be happy. I know that what you're saying is probably pretty accurate, but I would take an 800, 900 yard year from Love and be cool. What did Genti have last year? He didn't have 1,000 yards last year, did he? Maybe 1,000 yards.
They play 17 games now, so I mean, you don't have to get as many yards per game to get he almost did 975.
Okay, but he walked into the end zone like 2 times?
Five touchdowns in 17 games. So
okay, I would have taken Scat.
And he was taken. He was a first round pick. What was he taken? Like around pick number 5, something like that. He was taken pretty early.
Yeah, no, he was definitely taken early. All right. Hey, Gridiron, men lie, women lie, numbers don't. Gridiron always holding down the community, and we'll be
6th overall pick. Yeah.
Out there at Flight Club as the official numbers guy for Flight Club with registration officially open and teams solidifying their spots. I'm still reaching out to a couple people to make sure that they got all the information, but I think everybody's pretty much locked in. So Varsity Flight Club already pretty much filled. Rising Stars Flight Club, stand by. I think we got some room, and I might open it up a little bit. Other than that, Gridiron, I'm going to catch up with you down the line next week, where we are going to break down 2 more schedules.
No. I think next week we got to talk guys that got drafted.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Because we could have 5 to 7 guys get drafted this weekend.
True. Yeah, we'll get that. We'll get that out there for sure. We'll make sure that we show some. We definitely got, because Caleb Lomu is going to get drafted first round.
First round. Yeah,
sure.
First round.
Lock that in. Lock that in.
Yeah, that's a lock. I'll agree with you on that.
Coach Farrell from Highland producing these first round picks. That's big. I can't.
He won a title his senior year too. I remember talking to him after the game there in the end zone.
That was one of the best offensive linemen that was one of the best offensive lines that I can remember in recent history. And them boys, they wanted all that open smoke too. I love them.
Well, that was the Highland team that didn't make the open.
No, but like all them Highland boys, they all wanted in the open. Every year, like they just wanted that chance, and they were getting sick of like getting passed up and stuff like that or whatever. But anyways, Gridiron, I'm gonna catch up with you next week, and we'll talk about people that got drafted. Cool.
All right,
my man. Take care. Man, the chat is super heavy with this crazy Suns talk and stuff, man. Real quick, I guess just out of the gates, Beetle, Booker, me and you had a brief text about this, and your heart felt a certain way. Have things changed for you after watching the 35-point massacre?
It'd be like cheating on my wife. Like I would never get rid of Booker. Never, ever, 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 ever.
Oh man! All right. Well, listen. One thing I will say, and I actually like Booker, even on the Suns or whatever. And he is your superstar. He's going to most likely be your Larry Fitzgerald or whatever. I like Booker a lot. But the reality is it seems like, one, he is disappearing late in games, and two, does it kind of seem like Jalen Green is the superstar here now, like the guy now, like especially offensively, like the go-to guy? Like, you need the points. Who do you want with the ball in their hands? I
am of the opinion and of the view that that's what Jalen Green was brought in for, to be there on the night. Because I think you think about it, Devin Booker has had to carry the load so much over the last
for sure
ever since they made the finals run in 21. So
even before that. So I view the whole Jalen Green era, I guess you could say, of the Phoenix Suns as sort of like, hey, Book, we know that not every night is going to be your night, and that's why we're bringing in this guy. Kind of the same way SGA got brought into Oklahoma City. So that's the way I see it now. The Oklahoma City is okay. Hold on, Beetle. You just compared the Suns to Oklahoma City, and you just compared Jalen Green to SGA. So I just want to make sure that we.
No, I'm not comparing the players.
No, it's okay. It's okay. No, it's okay. Listen,
SGA on the Clippers, wasn't this superstar, just like Jalen Green on the Rockets wasn't the total superstar, and now he comes into Phoenix and he's able to get things going the same way SGA came into Oklahoma City and won an MVP and won an NBA championship. All right, so I'm making sure that we're getting the story straight in this situation, because I'm just not going there.
All right. Hey, one place that you are going, though, is Flagstaff. You got to go up there, enjoy the good weather, which the weather down here right now is actually pretty good. So, but anyways, you got to go to Flagstaff and do a lot of cool things. But before we get to some of the cool things you did, you got to break down some of the team and see the practice and all that good stuff. Eamon Allen, Donovan Dixon battling for the quarterback job out there. What were some things that you noticed that you took away besides Coach Silver taking over that linebacking room and mad that ASU's not on the schedule?
Well, honestly, I got to just put it out there. I think my overarching thoughts about watching this team practice is I think this NAU team is going to be a playoff team. I think, some of the conversation, I kind of had with that coaching staff was, they exceeded expectations so much in year one that it was kind of hard for them to get the gears going at times in year two. And I think in year three, you kind of just figure out sort of the do's and don'ts. And I think they did a heck of a job in the portal. I think they did a heck of a job with their high school recruiting class, just the both of those together, putting with the current guys on the roster, guys like Ty Pennington, who is undoubtedly going to be one of the favorites for the Walter Payton Award this year. And then a guy like this, and Eamon Allen, who you don't have for the entire 2025 season, and now you're going to have him back to 100% by the start of the fall. For the 2026 year, tossed in with a couple of seasoned veterans that have played at the FCS level on their roster. I'm really excited to watch this team play this season.
No, for sure, man. And I think that the first thing is Coach Cheatwood making the move from NAU to Oklahoma really shows
Huge,
what kind of
and
coaches,
so awesome, by the way, that opportunity.
Which really shows what kind of coaches Coach Wright brought in. Because I'm gonna tell you right now, Coach Wright stays at NAU for another couple of years. Coach Cheatwood's not the only one that's going to be making that P4 level up. I see at least 3 or 4 of these guys that are going to get that opportunity because they're just so incredibly talented and good at what they do. A couple guys that I do want to talk about, kind of not on the field so much, but part of this Valley, if you will. One, our guy, Coach Roshman, who's like the director of player personnel over there now.
He's the GM. He's the GM.
Yeah, so fully leveled up from what he started out as over there, and obviously fully leveled up from his time over at Liberty and Millennium and stuff like that. What you saw out there and the work that he's doing, you kind of talked about it a little bit with the recruiting classes. What else is he bringing to the table besides that, though, that you saw out there and whatever?
Well, I think it's evident because you look at their roster, but almost 50% of NAU's roster this season is Arizona-grown kids. So I think that stat alone, I can't really think of, not in my lifetime, about another NAU team that's been like that. And to see, I think another thing about this team is they have so much culture. They're so close. It seems like the guys, there are a lot of dudes on this team that are competing for a starting job. But at the same time, it looked just evident that they were trying to get each other better every single day. And I think a lot of that goes to the coaching staff and, again, the culture that they've brought in. And Roshman's definitely a part of that. Tank as well. Coach Tank is absolutely another part of that in his roles. And another thing, too, that I think really sticks out.
Coach Peters is another one that I want to talk about because I know that he kind of leveled up also, jumping in first as in the recruiting department, I believe, and then now he's an actual coach, I believe, coaching defensive backs. Is that right?
I think he's assistant wide receivers, I want to say.
Is it assistant wide receivers? I thought it was assistant defensive backs coach, but
I know it's an assistant. I know it's assistant.
Okay. Anything that you saw from him getting some work in out there that you were like, ooh, wow, didn't know
he was definitely the first one. NAU did something super cool when I went up there when they were just starting their practice with stretches. They had a whole light show going on inside the Sky Dome, and they were blasting music. And Coach Tank was the first coach that caught my eye right away. He was just jumping up and down, getting his guys hyped. So, Coach Tank has always brought great energy as a coach, in the Valley and as a coach at NAU. So I know he's a large reason to why a lot of the players at NAU choose the program is because they're gravitated towards him.
Hey, you got to catch up with a couple other guys that are probably going to get contribute and get the battle for position. Gardner, I believe, was one. Braylon Gardner, the former Liberty kid, wide receiver over there. And then there was another kid that you saw out there. I just can't remember off the top of my head, but was it Andre Gibson?
I'll throw it out. No, I'll throw it out. I did see Andre Gibson. It was good to see him. But one of the kids that impressed me the most was Darius Haskett, the former Buckeye Union wide receiver who played for Rocky Mountain College at the NAIA level last season. I think this kid is going to be a steal. He's got so much athleticism, the way his route running abilities, his hands, he can just go out and make plays. I think this kid is going to have the opportunity to really have some opportunities for NAU this season. And, I love to hear stories like that. The underdog, right? The guy you don't necessarily think is capable of making things happen. But this is absolutely a guy I think could potentially be a difference maker for NAU this season. Another guy as well on the offensive side of the ball that really saw getting into gear, Carter Larufsky, the former Horizon Husky, transferred in from Kansas. He really looks like he's holding his own already out there in the offensive line. He was running with the first team. So I think he's another guy to look out for this season as well.
All right, brought him up a little bit earlier. Before we finish this up, though, I got to ask Donovan Dixon. I know that Pennington's kind of the guy over there, but Donovan Dixon, what do you anticipate seeing from him? Because we all know how electric he is, how much he can change a game, given opportunity. What are you expecting to see from Donovan year one?
Yeah, Donovan Dixon's been in a bit of a position battle with Hayden Fletcher, the former Liberty quarterback, for that backup QB role. I was impressed with a lot of the plays that both of them made during the scrimmage. I think for both there were some things they could have fixed and some things that looked really neat. I think NAU is going to have a creative opportunity to use Donovan Dixon as kind of like a secret weapon almost, just because of how much speed and versatility he has. Another thing as well for Donovan, he's put on like 20 pounds since getting to NAU. So he's built up some muscle, and he can take some hits in the backfield too.
Love that, man. All right, before I let you go, one thing I do want to talk about real quick is I know you got a cool opportunity to get a sit down with Coach Wright, the ever elusive Coach Wright. I know that Kevin McKay was chasing him down for like 3 months to try to get an interview. Where my guy Adam Beadle got to do something super exclusive. Talk to me a little bit about. I don't want everything, but just talk to me about things that you guys did get a chance to talk about. Tease it a little bit.
Yeah, first of all, super grateful for Stace and the SID over at NAU for allowing us to come up and have this opportunity to sit down with Coach Wright. And really just talk about a little bit of everything. Talk about Coach Wright's, career as a coach, his philosophies, his, current stances on the college football transfer portal, the world of recruiting, and also what his current team is going to look like this season. So this is going to be likely an over 40-minute sit-down interview with Brian Wright that's got just a lot of really, really good thoughts and comments from Coach Wright about a lot of things. And so I'm super excited for everyone to see this. I think it's going to be a kind of a good perspective, a unique perspective on, truly what does go on inside, an FCS football team's operations in this day and age of college football. And so I'm really excited for everyone to see this. I know I enjoyed it. It was great chatting with Coach Wright, and it's gonna be cool. So stay tuned because it's gonna be a lot of fun.
When are you gonna tweet the link out? When are you gonna put the link up on the app so that we can all watch and show love and support?
I'm definitely hoping within the next 2 or 3 weeks. Probably. I don't have an exact date. I don't have an exact timeline. But I'm really hoping to get it done before spring ball starts, because once spring ball starts, it's gonna be crazy. Insane. Which, if I did release my spring ball schedule today, so people can go over and go see. I'm hitting
on the Grammy Graham with the pretty penmanship.
Oh yeah, I'm hitting 27 different events, practices, showcases in 14 days. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. The Civic's gonna rack up the miles. Couple trips to the west side. We're even going down to Tucson this year. So it's gonna be a lot of fun. I'm really looking forward to this spring.
Getting after it. I love it, man. I can't wait. I can't wait to see I really can't wait to see the interview. I'm just so curious to see what Coach Wright has to say about the development of the transfer portal and things like that, and how he views his own school. I'm not sure how much you guys get into, but I know that he's not just trying to be just a landing spot for people to level up, and I know he wants to develop NFL talent too. So
Absolutely.
but
Which he did.
I can't wait. I
We
can't
could
wait.
see an NAU wide receiver go in the draft this weekend. Colby
Mhm.
Katsis, he had a huge year. I think he could potentially be a late day 3 guy, a very late day
All
3
right.
guy.
Speaking of NFL draft, the Cardinals in that number 3 pick. Your thoughts, real quick, before I let Beetlejuice go.
I'm with Gridiron. I think that they could potentially move down, but I also think they could take Jeremiah Love. I'm just praying that they do not take Ty Simpson. I do not want Ty Simpson on the Arizona Cardinals whatsoever.
Really?
No,
You're a Ty Simpson hater.
I'm not a hater.
I
I just
understand.
he's not for me.
What? They need to get a quarterback. They most likely need to get a quarterback in the draft. Which quarterback do you want to see them get? You want to see them get the kid from Miami?
Carson Beck. I gotta look at these quarterbacks.
You want to see them get like Blake Shapen late?
I don't know about Blake Shapen. I don't know.
You want
about a
Jeff
lot of the
Sims.
quarterbacks.
You want
I
Jeff
don't-
Sims.
I do
You want
not
Jeff
want
Sims
Jeff
from Madden.
Sims.
You want
I
Jeff
do
Sims
not
from
want-
you want
Oh,
Jeff Sims for the Madden.
Jeff Sims and
You want
Madden
Jeff-
might be fun.
You
never
want Jeff
know, though.
Sims for that Madden feature so that you can change the offense up and have him rushing for 1,000 and throwing for like 3,500. Okay, I see you. I see you. I see
You know,
you.
I would love to see the Cardinals maybe take a chance on Haynes King. I'm a big Haynes King guy. I think he's a dual threat guy. Could work well.
Yeah,
in
see, there you
the
go.
Cardinals
There you go.
offense.
There you go.
I think, and
He wants a
Haynes
fast
King
guy.
is a guy you could get on day 3.
Okay.
You know, I don't think Haynes King's going to go in the first 2 days.
No, I don't
I'm
think
very
so, yeah.
interested to see. I'm very interested to see if Diego Pavia gets drafted. I just don't know. I just don't know.
I think somebody's going to take a chance on Diego because of his aura. Because
Yeah,
of,
but
like,
is he ever going to play?
That I don't know. That I don't know. I don't know, man. Look at what the Browns did. They freaking took Shador Sanders and Dylan Gabriel. Like sometimes you can't make sense of.
Understand. I still don't understand.
You can't make sense of the nonsense. You can't make sense of the nonsense sometimes.
Who in your opinion is the worst quarterback in this class?
Who's the worst? That's a tough question. I'm definitely.
How
not
about who's the worst? But if you were the GM, who would you not want? Just because.
I personally, and even though I said that somebody's going to take him because of it, I personally would not want Diego Pavia. I think sometimes too much of that aura is poisonous. I don't think Shador Sanders was quite there, but if you remember Johnny Manziel, can't miss this at the third. I think he was a little toxic. I never fully loved Johnny Manziel for the pros. I loved watching him. I loved watching him in college, and I loved watching Diego in college. And shout out to my guy Alex Simpson, who had me bet on Vanderbilt in a game, and I lost some money because of Diego Pavia's aura. And anyway. So yeah,
What about, I'm just throwing this out there, what about the UConn quarterback?
One thing I do want to say, give me Jordan Tyson on the Giants.
Yeah, I think that's happening.
Arizona,
I think that's happening.
Making everybody in Arizona a Giants fan, or just be a Giants hater because you hate your life. Either way. Listen,
Is every Arizona fan gonna hate New York?
I mean, maybe that's okay. I can live without them anyways. That's just a small community. That's just a small little blip. Anyways, but yeah, there's that. I don't know, man. I don't know. I'm trying to think of quarterbacks that, one quarterback that I do like is Blake Shapen. I really like him. I really like him late. If you can give me Blake Shapen with a 6th or 7th round pick.
I'm looking at CBS Sports' quarterback rankings.
Yeah,
and he's not even on there.
Well, that's what I'm saying. Give me Blake Shapen in the 6th or 7th round. I'll take him. I'll let everybody else hate and wonder about it later. A lot of
You
people.
think you think the Raiders? You think the Raiders are going to start Fernando Mendoza week 1?
No.
Really?
No. He'll
I think
start
they'd be
eventually,
stupid for
but
not starting Fernando Mendoza week 1.
I know a lot of people are liking the kid from LSU too.
Didn't they just come out that like he dealt with a big injury issue last year? Something with his
he's tough, right?
I don't want to say something like his spine or something like that.
I don't know, but I know that a lot of people have whispered to me that they like him, and I'm curious to see how he does. What's up? What happened with the Penn State guy, Aller?
I like Drew Aller. I'm not a Drew Aller hater.
He got injured. He got hurt too, right?
Yeah, he did. Yeah. I'm not a Drew Aller hater. I'm not a Luke Altmaier hater. I'm also, even though he threw 12 interceptions, I'm not a Sawyer Robinson hater either.
Okay.
Just
hey, are you on the Club Nick bandwagon? No. Okay.
I've never been a fan of Cade Klubnik.
I know a lot of people. I know a lot of people like Cade, so I thought maybe you might be on the bandwagon a little bit at least.
No, I think Haynes King.
Hey,
I think Haynes King would be great.
Where do they have Diego Pavia ranked?
3.
Since no way.
CBS Sports says he's the 3rd best quarterback in the draft, right behind Carson Beck.
No way.
There's
no. I don't know. I'm not buying that. I'm not buying that. But I know a lot of people are super high on Ty Simpson. I just saw Dan Orlovsky raving about him and how great he's going to be in the pros for whatever that's worth. Fernando Mendoza. I hope I just because of the guy that he is, I hope that he's super successful, even if it is with the Raiders. I would just love to see him be super successful over there and do great things. And even if it means bringing the Raiders back to glory, like he brought Indiana to glory, I just think that he's potentially got a very, very cool story for all of us to talk about and enjoy. Beetle, I'm gonna catch up with you next week. Apparently, since me and Gridiron are gonna be talking about Arizona folks drafted, I guess we're gonna make it a draft party, and we're all going to talk about Arizona folks drafting. We'll talk about some of the guys coming to the Cardinals. Last year, I got to catch up with Will Johnson over there at Maryvale, where the Carter brothers hosted a backpack drive, and Will Johnson came out there. I think a couple of the Cardinals came out there too. So, hopefully they'll do something similar and really bring these guys into the community and let them talk to all the kids and do all the good stuff. Beetle, I'll catch up with you next week. All right.
Sounds good.
Got everything, I got everything. It's a lot, never mind what I got. Don't watch that 'cause it's all me.
All right, I just looked down at my text messages and I had a coach. I should. Oh, okay. I had a coach say, "Did we become the Flagstaff show?" No. Listen. Beetle is also going to talk about ASU and U of A. So I'm not going to say which coach hit me up, but the coach has hit me up and asked if we have become the Flagstaff show. No, we have not. We are supporting all things Arizona and all things Arizona sports. So hey, listen, we even have some Suns chat. We even talk about some high school basketball. At some point, we are going to get into high school baseball a little bit. And if you're looking for some high school baseball information, make sure you're following my guy, JJ Digos, part-time photographer, full-time, high school baseball journalist junkie, really putting in the work. So other than that, your boy Chili, I got to make my way out of here because I got to take care of a dog that's super sick right now. My white bulldog, Leia, she's going through it, and I need to make sure that she gets right. So without further ado, I'm gonna catch up with y'all later on. I also got to shout out my guy Jai Jones. I got to show some love to Jai Jones. I know y'all hate it when I do this, but my man Jai Jones put in some work out there at Red Zone Elite coaching, I believe it was 12U or 10U, a 7-on-7 team, trying to give back to the community, and took some of these young fellas under his wing and took them to a championship. So I'm super proud of him. I think they beat Valley's Finest, which is typically coached by Coach Lanza. Hold on, let me see if I can find this information real quick. I even got it. Okay, so somebody sent me this picture. So my guy Jai Jones celebrating a championship. If I can see, I can't see what age group that is. It might have been 14U because maybe it was young. Maybe it was like 8th graders, incoming freshmen type. So shout out to Jai Jones, putting in some work in the community, trying to give back. Beat 2 nationally ranked teams, beat Valley's Finest to, I believe, win the championship. So I just wanted to show him some love because I think I always think that it's great when kids are giving back to the community at such a young age and using their star power for good. Other than that, the other thing I got to check in on before I forget, I'm stunned that my guy Beetle didn't jump on me about this. Let's find out. I think tomorrow Will Menzel will be committing. Will Menzel, the superstar quarterback from Chandler, will be committing. It's either Auburn, Oregon, or Penn State. I haven't talked to Will Menzel yet. I think they're all great fits for him. I think it's going to be Oregon. I'm not sure. So good luck to him. Super proud of watching him ascend to the top and believing in himself. Started his career at Saguaro, playing some freshman frosh soft football. Made his way to Chandler, competed to be the guy, became the guy, and then became the guy nationally. I love what he's done for his career, so I want to show him some love and congratulations and good luck, whatever his decision is. Other than that, your boy Chili, I'm gonna make my way out of here. Make sure you guys check out the Dropping Dimes segment on the 12 Plus app, which drops on Thursday at some time. I'm not sure when. Mikey Barth is our special guest. And shout out to David Rushing from South Point, hanging out with his boy today, checking into Chili's 2-piece, and obviously my guys Gridiron Arizona with the Inside the Number segment, and Beetle with his Beetlejuice segment. And then ALL.net for always supporting Flight Club, Recruit ID for always taking care of and supporting Flight Club and Burrito Express. We got some cool things coming for Flight Club and for everybody involved. I appreciate y'all so much. Forks up forever. Y'all know this.
Oh man. Oh man. Not again. Yeah.